Brown decision. The Brown decision, forced upon us by the Jewish-controlled puppets on the U.S. Supreme Court, compelling white children to go to school with an inferior race. Using an army of outside northern black beast agitators determined to overthrow the God-commanded and biblically inspired rule of the white. May God bless us all.
God bless you too, sir.
BlacKkKlansman is a movie that when I initially watched it 2 years ago, it never struck me as anything particularly special. But one afternoon when I was especially bored, I decided to crack open a movie. Any movie. Normally I'm not one to re-experience anything. Movies, TV shows, books, games. I'm a one-and-done guy. Of course, there are some exceptions, and on that day BlacKkKlansman became one of them. It's no coincidence I made this movie when I did. The world's going crazy, the future right now is uncertain, and the movie that seemed to understand that was this movie. In that 2 hours and 16 minutes, I was simply enthralled. The credits rolled, and all I could think about was how I was not able to appreciate it for what it was sooner. Spoiler alert, it's great. Then, it hit me. This movie went so far beyond just being another social commentary on the black experience. It is the story of a man, Ron Stallworth, a man who is caught in between two worlds. Ron finds himself as the first black cop to serve in Colorado Springs, and while he's a man who wants to do the right thing and be a pioneer for his people, he quickly finds himself in the middle of an unknown situation. As a police officer, he must fulfill his duty, investigating the Ku Klux Klan and working closely with his white superior officers. But as a black man, must choose where he stands in life, with his people or with his job. This is made all the more complicated with his newfound feelings for activist Patrice Dumas. The movie has stylistic flair, grace, and manages to hit all its comedic beats, and never sacrifices its story for them. It highlights not only the racism of when it takes place, but of today as well. The racism so casually thrown in, so sickening to witness, is so potent, reminding viewers of the horrors so many have to endure, and some continue to even to this day. A scene that really struck with me was when Ron and Patrice visit the Red Lantern, a black-owned nightclub. The reason this scene is so great is because of its context. When Ron meets Patrice there, she's visibly disturbed. We learn that right before, she and her friends were unjustly stopped by police, then harassed, an encounter that luckily, yet shockingly, did not end in tragedy. While Patrice is shaken up, she never acts surprised, and neither does Ron. These are their lives of living in fear simply because they live. Ron asks Patrice to dance, and when they run to the floor, joining the crowd in their soulful movements, suddenly all their troubles are forgotten. The room is bathed in a warm crimson red, the color of love. The people move in sync, harmonizing with each other. I couldn't help but feel joy as the viewer, and feel what these characters were feeling. The reason I love this scene so much is because it shows the only reprieve they have. This scene feels as if it takes place in a different movie entirely, showing the escape these characters are taking from their own dark world, the only escape they have.
Well, I'd like to say, first of all, African Americans alone did not elect President Obama. It was a coalition. Black, white, brown, yellow, gay, straight, everybody came together. And it was such a great moment in America. I think some people got tricked into thinking that when Barack put his hand on Abraham Lincoln's Bible, that automatically, magically, presto, change or abracadabra, racism would evaporate and we would be in the post-racial era. I still don't understand what that word is.
I'd like to go back to Ron's story. After he and his partner Flip have uncovered what is a terrorist plot by the Ku Klux Klan, their mission is upheaved as Ron is assigned to be the bodyguard of the Klan's Grand Wizard and National Director, David Duke. Flip is also there, undercover as Ron Stallworth himself. While the two are surrounded by dozens of racists and bigots, Ron's dilemma culminates through the power of the camera. There are literally two Ron Stallworths, two sides of the same coin on opposite sides of a room, one cop and one man. This visual representation of Ron's character arc is simply amazing. It conveys to the viewer his struggle and the struggle of so many like him, and beyond that, the struggle of so many not like him. The ideas of identity and not knowing where one truly belongs is a universal theme. Overall, this movie is truly powerful. It brings forth decade-long issues and how they're resurging today. And at the time of this video's release, you don't have to look very far to see it. We're still fighting the same fight. But soon, maybe we won't have to.